Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video.
Welcome.
I have Dane here.
Yes.
We've been talking now for almost an hour, so it's about time to turn the camera on.
That's right.
And today's video will be, we're going to be grading some recent sales. All of these are within the last 6 months. F would be a fail, and then D, C, B, and A, just like at school. And maybe we'll disagree on some of these, but I think most of these we're gonna see eye to eye. And you'll start looking at the MLS differently, Realtor.ca. You'll start seeing what we look at when we recommend investments to our clients.
The first one that we got here, triplex listed at $319,900, sold for $390,000, so $70K over asking. And I was looking at this property, pretty nice. It had a really big 2-bedroom unit and then 2 1-bedrooms. So usually 1-bedrooms are not as obviously valuable as 2 or 3 bedrooms. Gross rents, they're getting $31.50 a month on the place. So priced at $319,000, looked like a great deal. They had an offer date for it. The expenses were about $900 a month. It was netting about 27 grand a year on the place. So for Dell, like this property, like when I first saw $390,000, I was like, oh well, they definitely overbid on that. That seems pretty wild. By cap rate wise, like compared to what stuff's selling for right now, like yeah, that was really good, right? I guess another interesting thing too on this would be to management, maintenance. So you'd have to break down the numbers yourself. I like the building. I don't know, what would you give it, Zach?
What stood out to me with this one is, what was the gross rent again? $31.50, which means you're getting $1,000, and $11.50. Probably like around that. Yeah. That's like actually low right now. I kind of see, well, at the listing price, if you were to say this is the fair price, like $31.50, if you were to go like, I want 1% rule, $31.50.
Pretty close.
It's pretty close. Pretty close to 1%, but you gotta think there's still room for improvement. Like the 2-bedroom, maybe you can up that almost to like $1,400 now. Cause that's like the easiest appreciation you'll ever get. Is like when someone moves out, you do some quick fixes and then the property's instantly worth more money. It would be an A at this value.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at $390, I'm gonna say it's more probably like a B.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
345, 347 Douglas Street.
Yeah.
This is a 4-plex. Description says 4 spacious units, 3 2-bedroom units, and 1 1-bedroom unit. So already we're in good shape. I like 2-bedroom units. It says that they've done lots of improvements. The net income is just shy of $35,000. When I look at $35,000, I take that $35,000. We'll do this on the board. I divide that by what it sold for, which in this case is $430. Was listed at $479,900. There could be many reasons that it sold for lower. I don't necessarily look at that and say it must be a bad building. You have to look at each one as an individual.
Yeah, it was on the market for 64 days, which is a really long time
for right now
in this market. And it also happened in July too.
Things were different then.
A lot of inventory in July
compared to now.
To now.
Should we jump to the
sure? Go to the whiteboard.
Okay, so like we said at the table, the NOI is 34. So when you take that over the sale price, it's actually 8.1, which is, when you look at that in today's market, that's awesome. The cap rate was significantly lower when you compare it to the listing price. Mm-hmm. So on paper, on the listing, it probably didn't look as good. So again, my favorite thing is to look at potential rent. So you take the gross, which is $55,200, and you divide that by 12, and then it ends up being, what was it again?
46.
46. That's quite good. Like that's quite favorable considering they're 2-bedroom units. I don't know, I always think $1,200 for 2-bedroom units, but that was like a year ago. Now it's higher. Yeah. So, you times that by 4. I'm going to say this one's like B+, A- for me.
Oh, 100%. I was going to say A.
A? Yeah. We'll compromise.
306 Alvinson, so this 4-plex as well. This 4-unit non-smoking building has secured entrance, all updated apartments, fresh kitchens and bathrooms, and excellent tenants. And Alvinson's a good area. The upper floor features 2 1-bedroom units, yada yada. The middle level features 1 amazing 3-bedroom unit, and the lower level has a 1-bedroom apartment with big bright windows. So it got a bully offer in here. So they did get a bully offer on it because it was before the offer date. and it ended up selling for, listed at 424.9, sold for 506. We're gonna go jump to the whiteboard. It's a 6.8% cap rate, good area. I give it a B. The gross rents they had on here was $49.5. So they're getting $41.25 a month too, because if you have a 3-bedroom and the 3-bedroom was massive, owner occupied.
Yeah.
You know,
it was one of those $1,800 a month.
and then you've got 3 1-bedroom units. So yeah, based on this, the gap here between what it was getting and what it could get, yeah, I think so too. With that cap rate at purchase price, it's still gonna carry itself just fine. You're gonna be able to increase rents probably $1,000 a month.
Yep.
As soon as you get tenant turnover.
Rare opportunity to own this 7-plex in Coppercliff. This is 5 Park Street.
Oh, Coppercliff.
4 2-bedroom units, we're looking pretty good. 3 3-bedroom units, we're looking very good. Storage lockers, main entrance, coin-operated laundry facility. Oh, this is looking awesome. It is grossing just over $70,000. It is netting $43,205. I'm seeing a slight red flag here because $43,000 is not very good. It ended up selling for $875, and it was listed for $700,000. That's quite a bit over the asking price. I think they probably think like me, and $43,000 did not worry them. But let's go to the board and we'll look at the numbers and we'll see what the layman might see on Realtor.ca. Listing price was $799.
$699.99.
$699. So the gross rent's $74,000.
$6,166 is the monthly. And they're sitting at 4 2-beds and 3 3-beds. If you're conservative and you just say 1,200 times 4, 1,400 times 3.
This is the monthly gross that we're seeing. And that's probably what they were seeing.
Or if not more, that's very conservative.
Again, yeah, 2-bedroom for $1,200. Pretty obvious there's going to be some work
So
here.
I'd say that's a pretty fair, for cap. Oh,
So that would be 9,000 times 12.
yeah, minus
Minus a third.
77.
So we've done a quick calculation here of 77.
300.
So this is actually, like, when it's optimized, we're ignoring renovation costs, but when it's optimized, we're seeing this more of like an 8.5. And these are very conservative numbers. So, what did you think?
A for sure.
I mean, in this it's an A, but in reality it's probably more like a C, or like with the current numbers, like if you were to do nothing to it, it's probably like a C minus.
For sure. That cap rate sucks.
This is like not even within our 5 to 7 range. Plus it's not the greatest, like it's not the most ideal rental area, right?
Yeah, so at what they bought it at, C minus, but if you're looking at the potential,
Split the difference, we'll give it like a B minus.
yeah, cool. 819 Ontario Street. This is a 4-plex. I saw this one, just sold a month ago. It's in a great area, built in 2010. So just like new building, 10 years old. It says here 4 2-bedroom units. Each unit has its own private entry, laundry, gas boiler system. Each unit pays their own hydro. Anyways, 5.6% cap rate at the purchase price. This one for me is really tough because like I saw the place and I know how solid of a building it is. It's just barely, like it's just carrying itself. You know what I mean? Maybe it's even a little bit negative. Maybe you have to put 30 or 35% down for it not to be negative. That makes it tough because like I don't personally like that. Like if it's not at least carrying itself at 25% down, I don't really like the thought of it, with 35% down and it's carrying itself, in 25 years you got $1 million, because this building is like solid. You literally don't have to do anything to it because it's all updated nice. It's separately metered, gas boiler system, purpose built, brick, nice tenants, nice area. You can just go to sleep on it. I don't know, like I would just put it as a B.
You look at a brand new building, beautiful building, you want to say, oh, it must be an A, but it's like, it's probably cash flow negative.
Yeah, you have to put higher down payment to not be negative on it. If you have the money, like if it dipped below the 5.5% cap rate, I would probably, but it's like right on the cusp,
Let's talk about another $1 million building.
$1 million
This one,
building.
1169 Silvio.
Oh yeah, this one was nuts. Just built this year.
3 legal units. Each unit pays their own hydro. Interesting. Pretty close to Ontario.
Yep. Pretty much the same. So, I mean, he just built it brand new this year.
Yeah, so over $2,000 per 2-bedroom unit. Relate that to what else we've been looking at.
Well, that one right next door, right, the Ontario, $5,550 a month, and they were all 2 bedrooms, 4 2 bedrooms.
4 of them. Yeah,
And he's
so
getting
rents are-
$6,000 for 3 units.
Got it.
He's getting $5,000 for 4.
We did our calculation here with $1,200 a month on Park Street
Yeah,
for a 2-bedroom unit. So 2-bedroom unit here is getting over $2,000 a month. So obviously it's top of the line.
that's the
Everything
top.
is beautiful. Again, this is very similar to the Ontario Street one.
Similar, but the Ontario one I still like better because it's 4 units for pretty similar price, and the rents even aren't at the top of the market. This is like top of the market,
Yeah.
and it's fewer doors, and you're buying it at a higher price.
Even if you're getting a little bit more, it's like, is that because of the rent jump that's happened in the last year?
Yeah, just the rent jump, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Like, when you're looking at something that's cash flow negative and it's already like at peak performance, that is when it enters into the C territory for
I
me.
know, exactly. I don't like it. $1,055,000? Like, we could even do this on a cost per door basis is another really good metric.
Yeah.
Like, why are you buying a building in Sudbury?
Could you buy a single family house for $351 and rent it for $2,000 a month? Yeah. Why are you even bothering buying all in one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this cost per door was $230. Yeah, $230. And then
Just over 100,000.
so
right?
$875. Yeah, exactly. Divided by 7, $125.
Yeah, that's like a third.
And then
It's like just above a third of the price
yeah.
for similar sized units.
That's why I'm saying that's a C or even an F personally for that Sylvia one.
Yeah, this might be our
Like-
only fail.
People eat up these super nice purpose-built buildings.
Yeah.
Like maybe they see some value that I don't, but for me personally, like I just look at like the cost per door. It's like, man, like
From a cash flow perspective, this is probably the worst one. Well, this is the worst one we've looked at.
yeah.
From an investment perspective, it's all subjective.
It's all subjective, yeah. Everything's subjective. So this Alvinson one was 4.
Yeah, so
Units?
125 roughly.
Got it.
See, that's more like down to earth numbers. Like that's like what we see.
Yeah.
It's like you're expecting like 100, 125 per unit.
Yeah. When you
But
get to
something
the
like
200s,
this, it's just like that's not reasonable.
well, when you get to the 200s, you do. That's what happens when you get to these new purpose-built,
Sure.
clean buildings.
Yeah, you pay a price for that.
So
Yeah.
that's what you're paying for. Like these are all 1 bedrooms at Alvinson.
Right, so that
It's
maybe
not-
it's like
not-
100 per unit, and then the one is more like 200 a
Yeah,
unit.
not purpose-built. You know.
Yeah.
So like this one here, 430, 107 cost per door on this Douglas Street
Which is
one.
awesome. If you're trying to grow your portfolio,
Yeah,
you know.
and then the other one, 390 divided by 3, right, is 130. There's 2 1-bedrooms. I don't know, but yeah, based on this stuff, it's still like reasonable, right?
Somebody that's just worried about growing the portfolio, getting more volume, like they would just look at the per door basis and be like, that's the best one. That's not necessarily the case. Like
No.
this one's more per unit, but it's definitely a better building.
Yeah,
Like from an investment cash flow perspective.
yeah, for sure.
And there's more upside and stuff like that.
225 Oak Street in the summertime. So this one, 13 units, incredible investment opportunity. Meticulously maintained 13 unit package deal. An amazing West End downtown rental location with almost 141,000 in gross rental income. Room to grow, all brick buildings, over 12,000 square feet of combined square footage, new shingles. This one was like,
This is rare.
very rare in Sudbury. So many people, these are in high demand, these types of buildings.
think so.
Most of the time it's all these converted homes. 4 units and under, lots of that.
Sure.
Once you start going above 4 units, it becomes more difficult, right?
And the gross rents were about $12,000 a year or a month.
Yeah.
So it's about $923 per door. A rent increase of $200 per door.
That's completely
Conservative. So you could say like $1150 per door. You could be at market 180 gross rent a year. So you got about another 40 grand in bonus at market rent. If you look at that 40 grand, so 123 divided by
8.3.
So 8.3.
After expense, yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't like I had an offer in on this one just at the purchase price or the listing price, because at that price at 25% down, like it just barely it carried itself.
5%.
Anything more than that, like you're paying to own the building, you know. So these guys, they had to put down a larger down payment than 25% to get the place. But with the potential, I still like it versus this. And if you look at on a cost per door, again,
Yeah, that's like 116 a door.
116K. But now looking at it compared to these guys, it's like really that's like, yeah, they got it.
I think it's a B plus. I mean, in current, like with current numbers, it's a B plus.
Yeah, looking at this stuff, you know, because like this is obviously brand spanking new, so that's what you get. Like this building, this oak one's not brand spanking new. It's not even 10 years old. It's probably like what 40 years old maybe.
Minimum, yeah.
Rentability is going to be great because people want to live in a building like that. Yeah, so I mean B plus I think is a good one.
I think there's this false conception where, it sucks I have to buy like a smaller building because I'm not getting the same like return as some of these bigger investors.
Right.
But like we know that that's just not the case. Duplex, even triplex, you're getting like more favorable outcomes on the net than you are with something bigger.
Yeah, those ones are so. This 175,000 over list price. That one 110,000 over list price. I feel like there's more inventory of these too. You know,
Yeah, well they come up more often.
they come up more
Yeah.
often. So
Why would you want something with more units? And I mean, it happens sometimes people will sell their entire portfolio at once.
right.
And that would be as if you were buying something with like 30 units, but it's just a bunch of the smaller ones.
Right.
So you get a very similar effect.
That's the way the market is right now. So if you're, you know, 6,000 a month gross, like I want the 1% rule because I'm coming to Sudbury. Well,
Do you think the 1% rule is like unrealistic now?
yeah,
Yeah, it's a little bit unrealistic.
yeah, for sure.
Should be the 0.8% rule.
You can do it if you want, like it happens, but it's like how long do you want to wait? Thanks for watching Homelife Green Team. Call us here at the office at 705-674-7336. 705
It'll be in the description too.
67 green in the description.
Yeah. See you in the next one.